Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. But what happened next is far more disturbing than most people realize. The Bible actually gives us two different accounts of his death, and they don't match. Today we're uncovering the truth about Judas Iscariot's final moments. Judas Iscariot, the name alone sends chills down the spine. He was one of the 12 disciples handpicked by Jesus himself. He witnessed miracles and heard teachings that would change the world. But Judas is remembered for one thing only: betrayal. For 3 years, Judas followed Jesus. He was trusted to hold the money bag for the group. Yet the Gospel of John tells us Judas was a thief, secretly stealing from the funds. But stealing money is one thing. What he did next would make his name synonymous with treachery forever. It happened during Passover week in Jerusalem. The religious leaders wanted Jesus arrested, but they needed someone on the inside. That's when Judas made his move. He approached the chief priest with an offer. He would hand over Jesus in exchange for 30 pieces of silver, the price of a slave. On the night of the Last Supper, Jesus knew what was coming. He looked at his disciples and said, "One of you will betray me." Each disciple asked, "Is it me, Lord?" Jesus handed bread to Judas, saying, "What you are about to do, do quickly." Later that night in the Garden of Gethsemane, Judas arrived with soldiers. He identified Jesus with a kiss, a gesture of friendship twisted into the ultimate betrayal. Jesus was arrested and would be crucified within hours. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. The Bible gives us two different accounts of what happened to Judas, and they're strikingly different. In the Gospel of Matthew, Judas was consumed by guilt. When he saw Jesus was condemned to death, he tried to return the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests. "I have sinned," he confessed, "for I have betrayed innocent blood." But they refused the money. In despair, Judas threw the coins into the temple and went out and hanged himself. The priest used the blood money to buy a potter's field. But in the book of Acts, we get a very different story. It says Judas bought a field with the reward money. Then, falling headlong, his body burst open and his intestines spilled out. The field became known as Akeldama, the field of blood. Two accounts. One says he hanged himself. The other describes a gruesome fall. So what really happened? Biblical scholars have debated this for centuries. Some believe both accounts describe the same event from different perspectives. Perhaps Judas hanged himself from a tree over a cliff, and later his body fell and was destroyed on the rocks below. Others suggest the accounts reflect different traditions preserved by different early Christian communities. What both accounts agree on: Judas met a horrific end. His guilt was unbearable and his death was violent and shameful. The 30 pieces of silver became blood money that no one wanted. Even the religious leaders recognized it was tainted. There's a tragic irony here. Judas had walked with Jesus, the one person who could offer him forgiveness. But instead of seeking that forgiveness, he turned to despair. The story of Judas isn't just ancient history. It's a warning that echoes through time. Judas's downfall began with small compromises, stealing from the money bag. Those small choices led to the ultimate betrayal. Character is built in small moments, not just big decisions. But here's the most haunting part. Judas felt remorse but never sought forgiveness. He confessed to the wrong people, the chief priests who didn't care. Peter also betrayed Jesus that night, denying him 3 times. But Peter sought forgiveness and was restored. Judas chose despair. The difference wasn't the severity of their sin. It was what they did next. Whatever mistakes you've made, whatever betrayals weigh on your conscience, the Bible's message is clear. It's never too late to seek redemption. But you have to choose it. Judas's story ends in a field of blood, but it doesn't have to be your story.